Bitcoin is hanging by a thread. That's exactly what you heard. Why? Because we've already made Elliott wave movements, right? 5 waves, reaching up to $100,000, $110,000. We can round it to around $100,000 as it's a round number. However, we can correct this entire day, leg here you see, to continue rising. Will it happen? Will it not happen? We can't know that at this moment, okay? What we need to pay attention to is that we've broken the all-time high. We are above this all-time high there. Let's round it to $70,000. Any value from $70,000 upwards, touching 68, but returning, staying within the monthly chart above $70,000 is completely healthy within this movement, right? When we place a Fibonacci here from the bottom to the top, we could very well return to $50,000, $52,000. What supports this S&P 500? When I put the S&P 500 here, looking at the monthly chart, we have this extrapolation of movement here. We are correcting a Fibonacci movement, so the S&P 500 could very well drop to 4,900 points. When I put the weekly chart here, I see a big A, B, and C happening. So I have a wave A, a B, and a C. The target of this movement here of the S&P 500 today is here. First target at 5,150, right? Here, this little gap here, see? 5,150, okay? And the second target, with the most likely being 5,000 points, 4,940. These are the targets. We have a bearish pivot within the B2 weekly chart. When I put the BTC and put the weekly chart, everything suggests that we are going to evolve all this into a big A, B, and C. So we could fall between $62,000 and $55,000. These would be the major movements of BTC. A big A, B, and C, just like the S&P 500. So we would technically return here to this trend line, okay? We could very well return here to the beginning of this this megaphone here, okay? We already have weakening, which is a bad thing. So, based on past cycles, we could very well see the VIX exploding right now at this moment. We have a bottom formation, which was this movement that happened in March, April 2020. We can see this. Once again here, it's exploding. This is the history, okay? Causing panic here in the market with the S&P falling, Bitcoin falling, entire markets falling. We reach the actual bottom region and get here regardless of the price of Bitcoin or the S&P 500. We should hold on and come back here and start having those parabolic rises that we've been expecting for a long time. The big question is, how much will we correct? Okay? So the S&P 500 we see there will up to the previous peaks. At first, we'll looking at a chart here, especially a long-term chart, the 3-month chart, and beyond, capturing all this movement, okay? We could very well look. 5,000 points is the pivot target, the weekly target. 5,000 points, previous peak, okay? So between 5,400 and 700 would be the target for the S&P 500. And the same goes for BTC, retesting the peak, okay? Up to $60,000 here. Look, we could retest there, could stay here, look at, okay? Stay here, accumulate to move on. So basically that's it. Now, if it drops below $60,000, look, then it's a crash, my brother. Then it's a crash. Then it's the 200 average. From there, going up $50,000, it's in the range of $48,000, $47,000. This is not to mention the end of the cycle, because the dominance is very stretched. But the altcoins could drop another 70%, another 80%. So let's be cautious, let's be careful at this moment, but the situation is tightening. Subscribe to the channel because tomorrow there will be more analysis for us to keep an eye on.